My name's Briggs. I'm a service manager for the statutory SEND service. I currently cover the North District, which is Ashfield, Mansfield and Bassett Law. I've worked for Nottinghamshire County Council for about 4 years now. I've worked in SEND since the reforms were introduced in 2014, and I've worked across a number of local authorities prior to joining Nottinghamshire. And I'm genuinely pleased to be here today to talk about our developments as a service and to introduce the statutory SEND service to you all. Bear with me, sorry, apologies for that. We expect the session to last for about 30 minutes. We might get through it short in less time, depending on how many questions that we get through the chat. Your new team will introduce themselves. Many colleagues from the Ashfield district are here today. We have turned off cameras and microphones to enhance the experience for users on the call. High volume often results in buffering, and we are also aware that some parents and carers don't want to reveal their identity. So for that reason, the cameras are turned off, but at the top of your screen, there is a Q&A function that is switched on. So if you do have any questions, colleagues from my team will monitor those and we'll try and answer them the best we can today. If we can't, we will go away and get further clarity and come back to you. And there are a series of these briefings for all families, parents and carers that have children and young people with EHCPs or are going through EHC needs assessment. And at that, once these sessions are finished, we'll be producing frequently asked questions and a document that will be shared with all people that have been invited to these sessions. Following the letters that went out last week, you've obviously received your invitation today, which is why I hope you're here. We're going to share our new structure with you. We do have 6,291 children and young people with an EHCP in Nottinghamshire. 795 of those, well, in addition to that, are still going through the EHC needs assessment process. So if there has been a letter that's not been received or an error, or that you've raised a query and we've not responded, just please bear with us. We are getting through them as quickly as we can, and we'll either respond in writing or via telephone. So it's just to give you that context about the volume of children and young people that we do have with an education, health and care plan. Why have we done a redesign? In 2023, our Ofsted inspection took place, and Ofsted told us that there were priority areas that as a local area partnership across health, education and social care we had to address urgently. We've been on an improvement journey since then, and in July 25, Ofsted returned and told us that we're making effective progress in those areas. We recognise that there's still a lot more to do and that experiences still remain inconsistent for some, and we're pressing hard to try and improve those. So over the last 12 months, there's been an extensive piece of work to redesign the service so that it's fit for purpose to respond to the increasing number of requests for EHC needs assessments and the number of plans that as a county council we maintain. That redesign has taken place in consultation with staff, professionals across education, health and social care, and we've drawn expertise from 2 independent SEND consultants that work nationally across England and Wales. It's also in response to your voices and the voices of children and young people in Nottinghamshire that we've heard through complaints, appeals, tribunals, surveys, co-production work and feedback over the last 3 years. We acknowledge it's taken longer than we would have liked, but we really want to make sure that we get it right. Just to give you a size of the context, we've got 90 members of staff that have been through this process. So it has taken longer than we would have liked, but we're pleased that we're in a position to launch in 2026. What are our visions and principles? Ultimately, improving the experience of our service for children and young people and their families and partners, and that's through improved responsiveness and communication. We want to deliver a relational approach to work with children, families and professionals. And as part of that, to do that, we've set up a localised approach. So your district team working in your community to support you on your doorstep and in your local area. As part of our redesign, we've moved away from a pre and post 16 setup. We've now got a dedicated focus for EHC needs assessment and a localised approach to long-term casework and annual reviews. We've also created an EOTAS team. So for people that aren't familiar with the EOTAS, that's education otherwise than at school. And for those children that don't attend a school setting, we expect that will provide a more consistent approach and oversight of those children and people who aren't in a traditional school setting. And ultimately, we hope that we've created a more effective and efficient system with processes that make sense and avoid gap or duplication. As part of that, we've been reviewing our digital infrastructure so that we can improve timeliness and quality. And ultimately, we want the colleagues that work in my team and across our service to have doable day jobs so that they can deliver that service that you expect, and that reflects the continued increase in demand for services. As I said, my name is Robert Briggs. I'm the service manager. So you'll see me in the blue or the green box. Above me is Claire Sampson. So Claire is the head of SEND. She's really sorry, but she can't be here today. But Claire reports to Peter McConaughey, who is the Director of Education, Learning and Inclusion. Underneath the service managers, I cover Ashfield, Mansfield and Bassetlaw. We have another service manager in the south of the county that covers Newark and Sherwood, Rushcliffe and Gedling and Broxtowe. We also have another service manager that covers our EHC needs assessment service and our EOTAS team, and that is Louise Wright. I'll mainly focus on our district team because that's what's most relevant to the Ashfield district, but you can see there those teams that, so we've got the OTAS team, the assessment team, our SEND Central team, which provides all of the service with some business support and administration, and then our district teams. We also have our SEND Education Pathway Officers in there as well. I'm going to move over now to Kate Spriggs, who's the team manager for Ashfield. Kate, would you like to take a moment to introduce yourself?
Hello, and thank you for everyone taking the time for joining us today. So my name is Kate Spriggs and I'm the team manager for the Ashfield Plan and Review team, and I've worked for the team for around 10 years now. Currently, the Ashfield team has the largest number of young people with EHC plans throughout all of the districts, and therefore we've got quite a large team working with us to support children and families. Most of the team are here today. We've got 3 new people joining us over the next couple of months in various roles, a couple of EHC practitioners and an EHC assistant, and we have a couple of people that unfortunately couldn't join us today. So that's Kerry Clark, who's one of our EHC practitioners, and Nicola Richards, who's the assistant EHC practitioner. So if I can pass over to Laura first to introduce yourself.
Thank you, Kate. It's great to see so many familiar faces and new faces too. For those that don't know me, I'm Laura Floyd. I've worked for the Ashfield SEND team for just over 2 years, and before that I was a special school teacher across Nottinghamshire and other counties for over 8 years. I'll hand over to Jo.
Hello everybody, I'm Jo, and I'm also an EHC practitioner in the Ashfield team. I'm quite new to the team, but have been working for Nottinghamshire County Council for 23 years now as a primary school teacher, and a lot of those years have been spent working at schools in Ashfield, so I'm quite familiar with the area and looking forward to getting to know you all. And I'll hand over to Katie.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone's well, or as well as can be. My name's Katie Davidson. I've worked for the team in this role for 7 years, so I have covered both pre and post 16, and I've worked in a lot of localities, so I've probably come across quite a few people within this meeting today. I'll pass over to Mamuna.
Good afternoon. My name is Mamuna Altaf, and I'm quite new. I joined at Nottinghamshire County Council a year and 2 months ago with the post 16 team, and now with the Ashfield team. Previously to this, I worked in regeneration and community development in Birmingham, and then later in adult education and community education. And I'm looking forward to working with parents. I'll pass on you to Adam.
Hi everyone, my name's Adam Berryman. I'm an EHC practitioner, new to the post. This is my 3rd day, but prior to that, I've worked in other local authorities and worked in SEND since 2009, whether that's directly in schools or for local authorities in SEND services.
And then we've got Grania.
Hi everyone, I'm Grania McNally and I'm an EAC practitioner for Ashfield. I worked with Nottingham Council for nearly 3 years. Prior to that, I worked as a primary teacher in mainstream education for nearly 10 years.
Thank you. I think that's everyone. Rob.
Thank you. Thank you all for introducing yourselves. Have we got any questions in the questions Q&A?
We haven't got anything in the Q&A at the moment.
Okay, that is the end of my presentation. I appreciate some people on the call may have a question that comes into the mind after this call has ended. If you want to send them through to me, happy for you to send them to me or Kate Spriggs, and we'll get back to you as quickly as we can. Just again, my name's Robert Briggs, and we'll put our contact details in the chat once this meeting concludes. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time, everybody, today.